This is a short film that's came up on my timeline. I never clicked on it, by the way. Never watched it. But I kept seeing it come on my timeline on YouTube as a recommendation. I was like, I don't really want to click on this because I didn't really care too much to click on it. But Black Twitter started popping up on my feed a lot talking about this film, especially the director. Director has gone mad online, pretty much gone
What's
on a
his name?
rant. Let me see if I can bring it up.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's an interesting film. So it takes it's an interesting modern take on blaxploitation films, which occurred during the 1971 to 1975 is when it had its boom.
Okay. So I'm trying to get the director's name.
So that's where it's based off, and it's just kind of like a modern day take on it. And I don't know how I feel about it.
Oh well, he goes. Well, he goes by the
Daddy.
name Daddy.
Yeah, because he said his character's name's Daddy, and he was like, I don't know how I feel about calling you Daddy.
Oh, fair, yeah. Okay, shit. And in the description, yeah, it does say it's a black exploitation superhero inspired romantic comedy, proof of concept for Super N word feature film by Fuck Hollywood Productions. Help fund the feature by donating here. So that kind of falls a line to his rant that he made on Twitter. Pretty much just there was some truths in what he was saying. A lot of it was kind of like you had to like filter out some of the BS to see there was somewhat of a message in between it. Essentially, he just went on a rant just explaining that the industry is not supporting this film. What happened to black filmmakers, particularly not supporting it. He actually added A24 and Neon, pretty much saying they don't support black filmmakers since their run. They've only financed or had 17. I think the number was 17. I'll put up on the screen for everyone to see, but it was definitely below 20 films since the whole run, which I don't know if it's true or not. It does, to be honest, it does sound like that could be true in terms of how much films A24 and Neon together has made in terms of black films. So there were some truths in it. He did champion Tubi, which is a free streaming platform, saying what happens if what if black filmmakers should go on Tubi to make films on there. Tubi just needs good black films made by
Yeah, but
us,
then
and then they'll thrive. So why don't we support it? And yeah, there was a lot of jargon in between that as well, but that was the main message that I was trying to get across.
I've had conversations with people about Tubi before,
Mm.
and it really depends on the audience.
Yeah, because who's the audience on Tubi? Super ends. Bleep that. I love a kick.
I don't think you can keep that in. I don't think you can keep that in, Julia. I just feel like he had a substance rant.
Yeah, pretty much.
He went on Twitter. He did a couple substances.
Yeah.
I don't know whether it's
I went
smoked or a
crazy.
line.
No, let me see if I can
and
actually bring up
just-
some of these tweets because I'll put it on the screen, but I want to read some of them on camera as well because he was actually going mad in all caps. You know when someone's going crazy when they're talking in all caps? I'm pretty sure I
No,
bookmarked at
I feel
least
like it's
one of them.
psychopathic to be ranting in all caps. Personally,
Yeah,
it's just me.
a
Like
lot.
you're big mad.
But what do you think about his thoughts on terms of outing? Like, okay, yeah, I found something here. Let me see if I can go through. Okay, he stopped talking in caps. Let me find the recent ones.
That's healthy.
I liked some of them. So Tubi has supported more first-time black filmmakers than A24 and Neon combined. If you think about it, this is all in caps with exclamation marks. Another one he put in here, which is not in caps, is look at Tubi. We look at Tubi as a joke, but Tubi could literally be the future for black filmmakers. Tubi is free, has the fastest growing audience, especially Gen Z and millennials, black viewers, and acquired more films than anybody. Imagine if we started making good Tubi movies. That's in caps.
Okay, so because this is a blaxploitation inspired film, and I was already getting into the research mode because I'm excited about one battle after another.
Yeah.
Getting into the mode of trying to understand blaxploitation films. So I watched a documentary, and the reason why
Wait, real quickly, help me. Like, what was the best way to describe
blaxploitation is a name that was actually coined by the Black Panthers which is a like, you know, a movement of films that were made for African Americans, that made, starred, and directed and written by African Americans
Okay.
during the 60s to 70s, during a time where Americans, more specifically the Caucasian Americans, weren't going to cinema as much. And so they were trying to cater to black audiences.
Okay.
A lot of these films represented black people not being oppressed and kind of having some power, sticking it to the man,
Oh,
you know?
okay, fair.
So that's what blaxploitation films are. So think, what's his name? Shaq. So Seth.
Oh, that type of.
Yeah, Black Dynamite.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Coffee.
Yeah.
You know, Tarantino's film, Jackie Brown.
Yeah, okay.
That
can be
was
considered.
an ode to blaxploitation films.
Oh, okay.
So that occurred during the 70s, and a lot of it was really, really progressive at the time. But there was also the double-edged sword. So there's stuff like Jesse Jackson, who we all know, Pastor Jesse Jackson, who's really big in the black protest and like during America with segregation and the racism that occurs there. He and a couple of others argued that this was detrimental to the representation of black people because a lot of the heroes were pimps or drug dealers and all of this other stuff, but they were also sticking it to the man.
Yeah.
So it was like a lot of dangerous subtones to it, but these were films that were created, starred, and put pockets back into black Hollywood and black stars. And it was a really important moment because during that period where there was a lack of people going to the cinemas, blaxploitation films that catered to inner city black communities saved inner city cinemas.
Yeah. So the local communities and whatnot. Okay, sick.
So like it was a really big thing.
Yeah.
And it got to a point where it even impacted films like my favourite James Bond film, which I've mentioned, Live and Let Die, is heavily influenced by blaxploitation films.
Okay.
So it was that interesting moment where you could see that black cinema can exist and it can also impact big Hollywood.
Yeah.
This, however, is arguing that just getting out your slop and just making it, yes, it's great. And I know it goes back to a conversation we just privately had about, as a content creator, sometimes you just have to make stuff out, just get your content out and learn. But I don't think that you should use Tubi as a platform 100% for it, because what happens if Moonlight was on Tubi? Do you think it would have got the same credit that it has now?
Yeah, maybe I think Tubi has some form of reputation of not like I think there's a set audience for Tubi, perhaps. So would it work for the masses if it was on Tubi? And like who on a broader scale, who in the UK knows about Tubi?
It's great to have Tubi, yes, but if your audience, who you're trying to reach out to, aren't on Tubi, and it's everyone has access to it, but your audience who you're trying to write to or you're trying to reach to aren't on Tubi, is there a point?
Yeah. Also, I'm more happy if you just putting it on YouTube opposed to putting it on Tubi.
Some of the best people when it comes to film and TV, Abbott Elementary,
They made it from
Insecure. They went as a web series on YouTube and then built their career.
Yeah. That's
fine.
Yeah. Honestly, what did you think about the actual film? Do you think it was a good film?
I don't like the script. I actually don't like the script.
So, just open transparency, I watched it literally just before recording. So, my thoughts off of it is like, I didn't like the writing. I thought the writing was very much, I don't know if he was on purposely trying to put it on the nose, but it was too on the nose and too, it wasn't.
Too much of a cliche, man.
Yeah, it wasn't the best. I think whatever message you're trying to get across, I don't know if it hit for me personally. Obviously, I just came off from watching it just off the rip, so maybe I missed the message completely. But there were some elements that I was like enjoying, but I think it didn't nail it home for me. So it seems like someone that's angry at the industry, that made a film that in his own right believes this is the best thing, and I
But it
know
felt
what.
rushed.
Yeah, it felt obviously. I think he's working on a shit budget, and he was like, I need money, so I'm gonna make it as a proof. Like he put in the description, this is a proof of concept. So he just made it off the fly, and I think he's getting some form of attraction from it. So he's trying to ride that wave and say, okay, now guys, check this out. This is sick. Fuck A24, F Neon. Tubi could be the one. Maybe he's trying his hardest to get a deal with
With
Tubi,
Tubi, yeah.
by doing this. Maybe this is his whole market approach, which I can't be too mad at if it works.
The hustle's the hustle, you know what I mean? In this economy, fair enough. But I do have to question the writing. I won't just
The
accept.
writing.
I won't just accept something like that.
Yeah, and that's when you talk about people that think they can write and direct. Some of you lot need to pick a side, bro. Because
He stars in it, doesn't he?
is that him? Is he the nigga? Is he the N word?
Because even the character's name's Daddy, innit?
Oh crap! Yeah, probably that was him actually. Budget cuts. He has to be in it. Shout out to Daddy, bro. Director Daddy. I think he brought up a good conversation about A24 and Neon supporting more black films. Just because the marketing for like Highest to Lowest wasn't the best. On Becoming a Guinea Fowl, these are black films, and now of course later this year we have My Father's Shadow. Are they gonna market it the best of That's Movie? We'll see what movie does with that. But like
I mean, it's already had its starting to have its blowout already. My Father's Shadow. I think Mubi. I feel we are still going to champion the films on Mubi, regardless of what's going on. Because of Mubi.
Yeah.
But I feel like that film should do well regardless of that, because
there's an audience behind it ready for it to come out, and we'll back it because of directors and actors involved.
Shoppe is like huge.
Yeah, he's doing his bits. He's
huge.
Bits. Yeah. So, I think that won't count if it does well, because it might be off the back of.
But then also
things.
like just in general, like Mubi have been very good with marketing their black films. Do you remember The Homie last year?
The Homie. I don't think I watched The Homie.
It was the documentary. It was at LFF.
Oh wait. When you say The Homie, I always think of that the black way of saying The Homie. So DA and The Homie. Yeah, The Homie was marketed well. That did pop up my feed quite a lot. Yeah,
it was doing.
And it was really good as well.
It was really really well marketed.
Yeah.
So like, if that's the case, maybe the independent films. Also, these are independent films he's dragging. What happened to all the? Oh, because you're scared. Because you want to get money from them. Oh, okay. Okay.
Shit. Okay. Like Toby said, he's active, you know. He will come for us.
But like, I'm not hating. I'm just like, oh, okay. Like, the lines are aligning.
Yeah, it makes sense. Man said he's the CEO of Fuck Hollywood Productions. you can actually hear through his social stuff that there's a chip on his shoulder that he's not getting off. I don't know how Hollywood has messed him up, or if there's certain bad deals, or he's just crying for attention right now. But it seems like there's a lot going outside of just trying to get a movie out. He's running on personal stuff that probably
something's happened to but him. Like, fair enough. Like, do your thinking, but just be cautious of how you talk to independent films, because they aren't the ones that have the most money. Yeah. They aren't the ones that are your biggest enemy.
Yeah. Because now he's probably closing doors for stuff that could have been open for him in the later future.
Just be cautious, King. Like, I even I have to hold my tongue sometimes, because I'm like, yo, I might actually shoot myself in the foot.
Yeah. And also make better films. Yeah, to make it better.
Anyway.
Just make it better. Like, this is a lot of energy for something that I didn't think was that good.
Yeah, but I feel like there's this really weird relationship with a certain demographic of black cinema attendees and how they interact with cinema. And I think it's a shame that people are willing to just provide that and the audience just lap it up. Like, when you have Sinners and you have like The Homie, and you're going to have films like My Father's Shadow, we should want more for ourselves.
Yeah. Well, Super N-Word is on YouTube. I recommend people to check it out. Shout director Daddy, man. I do hope that he finds his calling, whether it's like I'm just gonna direct or I'm gonna work on my writing. Cause I think you know what? I don't know, man.
You know what?
I don't know. I'm trying to clean up.
think if he really wants to make things happen, let him source new writers who have stuff, help them to quickly concept a couple of stuff, and he just direct. I think that can be a really great way forward for him and his production, and I hope him nothing but light and love.